Yeah, it's another beautiful day to be on a make a point. Yeah, to get this started, let me just click this link on my Facebook so we can all roll together. Uh, I think we need to. Now I'm trying to put my Facebook link up so you can have access to the video through my private channel. Uh, Give me 1 second. Now we are live. All right. Welcome to another segment of Make a Point. Are there any limitation to human potential? Today I'm going to let you know the limitation to human potential and how to unleash your potential in 7 easy ways. Though it might sound easy, but those steps sound easy. And if you are just joining this channel, this is Make a Point. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please click on the subscribe button or the follow button depending on the channel you're watching through. And to our business of the day. Are there any limitation to human potential? The brainstorming of human potential can be understood as a process of continuous discovery. Just like we have not yet explored enough to understand the cosmos. So the discovery of what it means to be alive and to be human is an ongoing process. How to unleash the abundance of human potential is perhaps one of the best rewarding arenas for humanity. So for people trying to understand if there are limitations to human potential, I can say emphatically that human potential are limitless. There's no limitation to what we can become in life. And the best way to go on discovering what we are capable of doing is by following our insights, intuitions, and imagination, while at the same time keeping our feet firmly on the ground. There's no limit to human potential. However, it is the individual culture, circumstances, and society that set a limit you know, to our unlimited potential. The irony of it all is that human potential is really a myth. Not only there is known upon unknown, also there is unknown upon the unknown. There are physical potential, intellectual potential, spiritual potential. Though education may unlock part of intellectual potential, but it might shut off certain raw intelligence or subconscious understanding. From an evolutionary perspective, this is what we humans have always done and will continue doing, exploring our minds and body for the latent powers inherent in our genes. Based on the talent and skill one has been given, is the person able to live an authentic life and make the biggest contribution to society according to their specific gifts and passions? That's a question for you. Human potential is singular as well as plural. The question that comes to mind is, does the reference to human potential begin and end with one individual? Or does it encompass collective potential? Individuals need to step outside the box and challenge perception, push themselves to limit their limit. It is only when all individuals challenge themselves and then come together as a group we will see real human potential achieved. As a society, We need to respect and encourage change, differences, and uniqueness. It is only then we will see human potential really show itself. It is expedient to understand that human potential is interwoven into society potential. The discovery of human nature opens a mental window in our physique to dormant attribute. What I mean, it opens our eyes for us to understand those attributes that are dormant. Our psyche, it opens our eyes for us to understand those things that are existed and we never had the idea that is in existence. Individual potential is interwoven into society potential. As individuals, the challenge is to transcend the perceived limitation and make the most of it egalitarian enough so every individual has at least the opportunity to actualize their potential. What had been previously thought impossible is now accepted as possible, as a new benchmark by which to measure other activities as assimilated into our collective consciousnly. In this journey of life, it is considerable to know that human potential is bottom-up, upwardly, and outwardly expanding process. Do you want to unleash your potential? If you really do want to, there are 7 dimensions to unleash it. And I'll be rolling out those dimensions to you, step by step. Number 1, a live vision. A live vision. This is the master plan, your passion. You have to discover this vision. You have to have a master plan for your passion. Another thing is wishes and desires. That's the number 2 thing. Peel the layers back on your vision to get more details. Make more findings. Do some research that will align with your vision. Goals. Number 3 is goals. Set a plan for yourself. Tangible plan with time frames. When you have a vision, you have the wishes and the desire, the passion, the burning passion, that you need to set a goal, your plan towards achieving those things and put a time frame. Now, this time, I need to achieve these and these and this. Number 4 thing is networking. To reach your potential, you need to find the right people to help you accomplish your goal. You need to be in the right settings, in the midst of the right people that will, connect with you for you to be able to achieve your goals. Remember, you have a life vision. And number 2 is your wishes and your desire. And you've set yourself a goal. That's a tangible plan with time frame. Then number 4 thing is your networking. You can't do it all by yourself. There's an adage that says a tree does not make a forest. So you need people to help you accomplish your goals. Number 5 is experience. Gain new experiences that lead in the direction you want to go. If it's for you to acquire more knowledge that will match up with what you're planning to do, you need to go for it. The more experience you are, the more productive you become. Number 6 is your skills. Build new skills. You need to build new skills, again, in the direction you want to go. You've already set up your target, you've set a goal. You need to build a skill around it in order for you to achieve your potential, to attain your potential. And number 7 thing is physical resources. You need the physical resources like gather all the resources that you need. It might be financial resources, it might be human resources, all those resources that you need at your disposal for you to reach your potential. And to wrap it up, human potential is unlimited. The more you use it, the abundance it becomes. And let me tell you something. Human potential is like spring water. The deeper you dig, the more it flows. Human potential is like flower seed. The more you sow, the more you harvest. To discover your true potential is to soar as an eagle and beyond. I am Prince AJ, and I just want to make a point. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the roadmap to a new Nigeria. This is the last day in the month of October, and we're glad to be here today to, have a wide conversation and get your input and your contribution towards building a new nation. And if you're just joining this channel for the first time, please click on the subscribe button or click on the follow button, depending on the channel you're watching through. Like we used to do on this channel, we used to talk about things that has to do with going forward in our country, like what we need to do as a patriotic individual to make sure that we have a better Nigeria. Today, I will be relating to you what NYCPC stands for and the partnership that we're looking for among Nigeria populace. Uh, so if you haven't been joining this trend, this is the best time for you to join us. This is the best time for you to belong here. There are people who have been agitating that they want to have a new Nigeria. There are people who have been agitating that they want a change. But the change cannot start from above, but it has to start with you and I, because you and I has the potential to get to anywhere in this life. Our potential are unlimited, and if we want the change that we actually want in life, we need to belong to the right place. And right now, NYCPC, Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change, it's the right place to be if you actually want to make that change. And on today's episode of Roadmap to a New Nigeria, I will be opening up on our project and what NYCPC stand to do for the nation and beyond. I'm trying to, some people are testing me that they can't get this live transmission on my private page. I'm trying to do that setup. But even as we're welcoming ourselves to another episode, which is going to be the last one in the month of October, I want us to have a plan for the new month. Like, what do you want to do for the new month? What are the set goals? What do you want to achieve in this new month? What are you going to do in the face of this hardship? There are a lot of things people are doing, acquiring more knowledge, getting into some trainings to make themselves better. And even in the face of this hardship, there are a lot of tools online that you can lay your hands upon to make you more attainable to face the economic hardship. I know it's when we focus on when we're focusing too much on the outside, our eyes become so blinded for us to understand the wealth that are hidden in all these tools that we have with us. So it is also expedient that when we're talking about the decadence in our country, we should also look at what we can do to change the narratives. And that is more reason NYCPC, Nigerian Youth Coalition for Positive Change, which is also called One Era Movement, decided to have this program so that we can all, you know, meditate, so that we can all share our experiences so that we can all brainstorm and see how we will achieve a new country together. There's no way we want to achieve a new country without having a change of mind, without believing in the country. So we've been running some sensitization program, trying to, uh, interact with people of like minds and see what we can do collectively to achieve this goal. I'm sorry, people who are sending me messages for my private Facebook page. I don't know, the streaming is not actually sending the data over to my private Facebook page. But you can as well tune into NYCPC TV. It's live. Or you can go on our Facebook page, Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change, if you want to uh, follow the show live. And if you're on YouTube, it's on NYCPC TV on YouTube. I wouldn't know what is going on with my own personal Facebook page because it's not transmitting yet. So, but we'll be waiting for it to transmit. But even as we're waiting, uh, let's roll with the program. Today, we're not going to take much of your time on this show. All just what we want to relate to you is that this is a platform where you need to be. Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change is an organization that is not for profit making. You can go on our website, nycpc.org, or you can visit oneeramovement.org to read more about this organization. So, what are we doing? We're going around or talk to youth, the patriotic individuals, and for them to have belief in a new Nigeria. We need to have a belief in a new Nigeria. When we say a new Nigeria, we're not talking about creating a new nation, a new Nigeria where we're going to have all that we need to have as a country whereby all of us we have an input to transform the entire nation in our own little way. And how can we transform entire nation in our own little way? It is when you have your own contribution in your immediate society. What your impactful contribution? What are you doing to change things around in your neighbor? What are you doing to change things around in your society? What are the contributions you're making as an individual to change things, even in the absence of resources, financial resources? What are you doing intellectually to turn things around? I have seen people who volunteered to train kids that are out from school. Their private time, the make out time, to teach pupils, freely. This is a way to impact in your own little way. There are people who have bring up different ideas, and but when you bring up ideas, you have to put the motion on execution. But sometimes there are challenges uh, because people always need immediate uh, reward for whatever thing they are putting into a project or to a volunteering project. But if you believe in leaving a legacy, there are things you need to do to leave your own legacy. You don't have to, wait for immediate reward. You don't have to even wait for any reward, any physical reward for doing good. So if you believe you want a new nation, you have to start with you. So what are your mindset towards this country? What are your mindset towards this nation? What do you believe? Even if you're in the diaspora, you're exposed to a better life, a better opportunities, better social security, and all of that. Uh, how do you feel having your people back in the motherland? So, what are you doing to change the narratives? Are you part of the group that goes back home to oppress people to make them feel more bad? Or are you in the category of people who make people feel miserable because you are outside the shore of the country? There are a lot of ways we can make people look miserable. So, but you, as a patriotic Nigeria outside the shore of the country, I'm talking to people in the diaspora now. Like, what are your inputs? What are you doing? What group do you belong to? And what are the group doing to change the narrative of this nation? So NYCPC is a platform, for us all to come together, brainstorm, and think about things we can do to change the organ narrative of our country. And once again, if you're just joining this channel, this is Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change, NYCPC. It's a non-profit organization, and we're settled towards changing the organ narrative attributed to our country, Nigeria. We are patriotic youth who have, selected ourselves from different countries, and we are coming together to provide sustainable solutions to those things that have been affecting us as a nation. And we're trying our own little way to brainstorm. We're in the brainstorming stage now, where we're all coming on the table with different ideas and what we can do, and the health sectors, in the education sector, and all of the sectors that need attention in our nation. Like we always said on this platform, we're not here to antagonize any political organization or any of our leaders, but we're trying to say that there are things that need to be addressed, there are things that need to change if we are going to have a better country. There are things that need attention, there are things that need our own self input. So, what are your contributions to this nation? And in one of our episodes, we talked about decadence, and we talk about what we as citizens are even doing to make the whole situation look more detrimental. So, how do we address this? How do we change our orientation? Sometimes we need reorientation. We need to change our mindset. We need to change things around. So, how do we do this? How do we go about this? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? How do we make things work in our nation? And that's why NYCPC is trying to bring all the youth together. But what qualifies you for this platform is for you to be, first of all, patriotic. Because without patriotism, you cannot succeed in this organization. You cannot move forward in this organization. So you need to be patriotic. You need to show your level of patriotism. It is then that we can all work together. So those are one of the yardsticks for you to join this organization. So if you want to join this organization, visit nycpc.org and sign up as a member. It's free. We're not taking money from anybody to be on this platform. All we need is your ideologies. All we need is what you want to do to support this move, or what you can do, what you can bring on the table, your intellectual idea, your intellectual property that we can, put on the table and turn to something that can change the narrative of our nation. And that's the first thing. You have to be patriotic to be a member of NYCPC. So when you're with us, so what are we expecting from you to do? What we're expecting from you to do is for you to start taking the bulls by the horn and started moving things around, and proactive move that will change things around. There are a lot of things that need to be talked about. And I'm so glad that on this platform, we've talked about in-depthly the decadence in our educational system. We talk about the decadence in our healthcare system. And, we've talked about a lot of things. And we're still planning to talk more. But the main thing is not to do the talking. Now, while we're talking about all this thing is, we want you to understand that, okay, when we're working towards a new nation, what are the things that we need to put into consideration? And we need to look at, okay, what are the things that are contributing to this decadence? What are the things that are making the society go in a negative direction? So we have to find out those root causes. We cannot provide solution without understanding the source of the problems. It is when we understand the source of the problem that we can, you know, uh, uh, provide solutions. It's like somebody just somebody who is so active, talk well and all of that. All of a sudden, he or she went on mute, and you all around and saying, "Oh, talk to us. What are you doing? Talk to us. This and that," and it's not saying nothing. You need to find out what could have led to that position that he or she found his or herself, and you need to look at, okay, why is she mute or why is he mute? So maybe when you find out what happened, did somebody said something negative? Uh, is it running temperature? Is something, then when you find out, then you can now provide solution. Okay, you need to use ibuprofen, extra Advil, extra strength, and all whatever thing you can use, medicine that you can use for that individual to get back to his position. And that's the state we are. So from ages, our leaders always promise us good road network. They always promise us good education or quality education. They always promise us quality healthcare services. They always promise us a lot of things. And I stumbled on an article where Shagari was campaigning, and it was still the same thing in 1983 that we're still having today. People, leaders, still talking about road network, even the existing roads that we have, not even new roads. These are not new road network. Even the existing road network are in a rehabilitated situation. You cannot apply any of this road without an hic. So, and people still campaigning at this age in road network, transportation, healthcare services, and all that. You know, we have not tackled the main problem. So if you think you know what it is and you know what the problems are and what you feel are the problems, so you can join me on this conversation. The link is on the chat. Uh, I don't know, maybe that is on my page, but the link is right there. You can click on the link. You can click on the link and join this conversation. Click on the link and join this conversation. So, what do you think are leading to this? I've seen people talk in the past that, okay, it is corruption, it's bad leadership, it is but when you talk about bad leadership, before a leader emerges, he is once upon a time a follower. So why don't we say a bad followership? Because it is what the society projects that we get on the level of our leadership. So that means if we're having bad leaders, we are also having bad followers, because intermediary, uh, uh, there is something that connects them. Now, if you are a leader, one day you're going to retire from that position of leadership. Now, then we have somebody out of the followers emerge as the new leader. So the attitude that whoever is now the new leader brings on board, it is the same thing he or she has when he or she was in the position of follower. So how do we change our mindset? How do we change things? How do we, when are we going to stop saying leadership as a means for us to make fortune? When are we going to see leadership as a means for us to change lives, to transform life of people? People struggle to get to the position of leadership just for what they're going to achieve. It's not about service to humanity. It's about service to their private life, to their selfish interest. It's about service to how they're going to, you know, uh, put all wealth around them and for their generation yet unborn. So, what are the problems? What do you think are the problems to all of this? We keep saying government or politician coming on board to say, okay, if you let me, I'm going to make good road. If you let me, I'm going to make this. If you let me, I'm going to quality healthcare services, quality education, this and this and this. This has been in existence as far back as 1983, as far back as 1960 something. It's the same campaign the same thing over and over and over and again. What are the problems? Why do we keep on this? Like, why do we keep on going round, round? At the last time I saw one of the railroad that was just constructed by this present administration, and some bandits, whatever, went there and they started removing those things to sell. Not even minding the millions of dollars that has gone to that construction. They're stealing those things to go sell. Fine with my some people will say, oh, it's the effect of bad leadership that brought about that criminal heart of them going to steal and all of that. But we need to change this ugly narrative. There are things we need to do within ourselves. We need to, we need to talk about things. We need to, see how we can change things around. That's why we have this platform for youth, so that we can all talk and see, because we believe among us, no matter how long it is, because they used to say youth are the leaders of tomorrow. Um, we keep finding these people who said this to us still in the helm of our fear. But if you look in depthly, you find out that some youth are also, you know, going on board, coming on board. But what mindset are these youth taken into this leadership position? What is behind their mind before attaining those positions? Some are on political appointment, some are even elected. We have people in their 20s who are elected. We have some speakers who are just in their 30s and all of that. So gradually we're seeing you taking over the hem of affair in some, areas. But what kind of mindset are they bringing to the table? So what kind of knowledge have they acquired as a follower that is transiting to leadership? So at this platform, this is where we talk our mind, then we, brainstorm and see what we can do to change things around, to turn things around, to change the ugly narratives. We need to, prepare for the next leadership. We need to prepare for a new Nigeria. And how can we do that? Like I said earlier, we need to find solutions, even if we don't have the financial resources to solve all those problems. We need to see what are the costs. Now we have civil engineers graduating from our institution. Are they empowered enough? Now we still import people, engineers from outside, civil engineers from outside the country to come and construct roads for us. Are we not believing our civil engineers that have gone through the same curriculum that we set for them to make them qualified to run in this field? So why do we keep on bringing people from outside? Can't we do some things locally and empower our people to go into all these construction things without getting people involved, getting foreigners involved? What will it cost the government to do all of this? So that now another question is, are we making ourselves available? Now, if we make ourselves available, like fine, we have a platform where all the youths are active, patriotic, and they're ready to turn things around. Are we available for whatever that is coming on board for us to integrate into? Are we making ourselves responsive enough? Are we not dwelling too long on the negative side of this nation? The more we keep dwelling the more we keep dwelling long without coming back. There's a lot of people who are agitating for separation and all of that. Well, good for them. Uh, but I feel, from my own personal opinion, I feel like there are fundamental problems, and these are living with each region. The moment we go on our different ways, it's still going to materialize. Uh, uh, Going our separate, we will not change the kind of leaders we have. Even the country that we have today, that are being led with different people, we have different representative, different representation of each region in these leadership positions. What are they doing differently? And the moment we go our separate way, these are the leaders that are still coming back. The same thing that we said our leaders are doing are still with them. They will still come back to those regions to do the same. And now we start doing agitation for who becomes the president from this state, who is this and that. We have to start a lot of things that is hidden. But why can't we, come together and see what can we do differently to change things around? Who can we push forward to make things work? Who can we push forward to change this ugly narrative? What impact can we put in as a youth to change things around? What can we do to turn things around? So the chat is open. The comment platform is open. So for anyone who wants to, pass a comment on this, so that we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up now. So I don't know what happened. I was unable to link my Facebook page to this live transmission, and people keep testing me. They cannot get me on my page. And if you, I know they can't even hear me because it's just a test coming in. They can't get it. But I don't know if you have access to, yeah, maybe I'll just send a test. You just go to NYCPC and search. You go see the live transmission. It's on NYCPC. So while we're waiting for people to pass their comment, let me do that real quick. I just think I just share this on my page. That would be much better. Okay. So that is on my page. I just share this on my page. So if you are not getting it, you can go to I just share NYCPC TV on my page now. So you can get it. Unfortunately, we're at the end, almost rounding up now. And I'm sorry for those who was testing me. They want to contribute. We have next Sunday, by the grace of God, we're going to be meeting. So just prepare your point. What do you think we can do to change the ugly narratives? There is hardship in the land, there is poverty in the land, there is, you know, a lot of things. People not getting quality healthcare services and all of that. So what are we going to do as an individual, as a patriotic Nigeria? What are we going to do? What do you think we can do? And that's why we have this platform. Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change is a platform for Nigeria youth, for us to come together and profile solutions. Like, we can sit down and look at what are the root causes of our problems. Uh, Sometimes we talked about the problem in our educational sector. It was like a 2 or 3 episode where we brought in people to come and elaborate more on this problem. There are some that are attributed to our leaders in the system of government and all of that. There are some that are attributed to the teachers. There are some that are attributed to the parents and guardians. You know, then what can we do? And there are some that are attributed to the community, the society, because sometimes communities and society always see these schools as something out of them to support. Just imagine you have a school in your community, forgetting that this school is going to bring some legacy to that community and to the kids. But everyone just watching this school going down, building collapsing, and they expecting oh, it's government. You forgot that even before uh, government can intervene in all of that, your kids are the one who are at the receiving hands. So what are the society doing? Are you coming together like, oh, this is our legacy, though the government is not coming to attend to? What can we do to support the school? These are one of some of the things we're agitating on this platform. That even if our government are not doing right, they are not leading us right. We can change things from the grassroots within ourselves, and gradually this will migrate and integrate into the system. So when people are doing something wrong, and the gradually they becoming few in the society doing this thing, doing this wrong thing, and the population of we that are doing something positive is increasing by the day. By the day, those few will be in uh in a shameful state. They'll find themselves in a shameful state because the system is going to fish them out, and gradually they're going to like be feeling so ashamed to do some things because the whole society, uh, uh, the whole majority are now aware of what is right to do. So just like the example I'm trying to lay, like, okay, oh, this school is about to, one of this classroom is about to, the wall is about to fall. So instead of this community to keep watching like it's none of their business, what are they doing? Like bringing $500, 500 naira, 200 naira together. It's going to buy a bag of cements and all of that, and they can go in there as a community and repair that place. This will save that classroom from collapsing. This will save the life of the students, and this will save the community. So we can't close our eyes and just leave everything to government, and we're not playing our part. We need to play our own part. I know there are some outstanding Nigerians who are doing their best. Even if our government are complaining there are no resources to do things, what can we do on our own as an individual to change the narrative? What can we do on our own as a patriotic Nigeria to change the ugly narrative? So NYCPC is here, and we're welcoming people of like minds, patriotic Nigeria, who will see this country as their own, and we try to work hand in hand to make sure we actualize our dream of a new Nigeria. And that's why we have this show, A Roadmap to a New Nigeria, where we all have to come together, brainstorm, check out all those things that are contributing to the decadence in all our sectors, and provide sustainable solution to them. What can you do? I've said earlier that if you're brilliant, you are skillful, there's nothing bad if you put together some kids in your neighborhood and train them on those skills. This kid will remember you for their whole lifetime because you have imparted a knowledge that will never depart from them. In so doing, you have changed a life. You have changed that narrative. This is with you. The skills is with you. Nobody's going to take it away. Nobody will take it away from you for teaching somebody else. It's not going to be away from you. The more you even teach people your skills, the more you understand it, the more. So we need to take it up and see how we can change this ugly narrative, how we can, impart the system. Fine, we cannot but talk about the bad leadership, corruption, and all of that. But in the midst of this, we can't keep dwelling on the bad side, the negative side. It will derail us. It will take away our potential. What can we also do to affect the system, to change the system, to put something on board that will infiltrate the system? So I've talked about communities, saying community schools, community health centers as part of their priorities. Some communities now, what they lay more emphasis on is some security. Fine, we all need security, everybody need to be alive, But part of the security is health sectors. If the government put health center in your community, you shouldn't leave it all for government to handle, because government, we are the government. So what are we doing? Instead of only contributing to pay security personnel to guide us to protect our, our lives and property, what are we doing to those government institutions that are placed in our society, in our community, in our neighborhood? How do we treat the officials there? What do we do to encourage people there? So we have to change a lot of things. There's so much for us to do. We can't dwell on the problem. When we keep dwelling too much on problems, we won't see the solution. We won't see the potential in the problem. We won't even see the realities in the problem. It is within the problem that we are see the realities. It is within the problem that we can, phantom out the solutions to them. So on NYCPC, we're welcoming people of like minds. When I say people of like mind, we mean patriotic individuals, both in Nigeria and in the diaspora, that can join us and team up with us so that we can all sit down on the round table and, talk about the problems that we're facing as a whole, as a nation, talk about things that we feel or that we've done our research, that we find out are the contributing factors that are causing all this decadence, then profile solutions to it. Like when we are providing the solution, we put it on the table, then we project. Like if eventually we are lucky, or if eventually fortune follows us, and we attain the level of leadership, these and these and these are what we're going to execute to make life better for the populace. So this will sum up our plan to a new Nigeria. This will sum up our plan, because when everybody is having a change of mind, a new mindset, we're having something special to see, to do. We're having something special to contribute to the society. We're thinking about our legacy. We're not only thinking about how we're going to survive. I know how to survive is a priority for everybody. We need to, plan how to survive, how to, raise our family, live all these orders of life and all of that. But when we started thinking about what we're going to do to leave a legacy, like I just said, that you can teach, you have a skill, you can teach kids around you for free. It will be with those kids forever. The way you treat them, the way you teach them, that is not taken from you. But if you teach these kids on how they can improve on themselves and all of that, it goes a long way. You're leaving a legacy with them, with their parents, and in the future, they're going to make preferences to you. So what are we doing? So we're encouraging people of like minds to come on NYCPC, Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change, aka One Era Movement, and let's sit down and brainstorm and see what we can do, how we can get ourselves prepared. How we can get ourselves prepared to move forward, how we can get ourselves prepared to change the ugly narrative in our nation. So if we are not prepared, there's no way we can change this. It's so unfortunate that people just find themselves in all they agitate for is how to become leaders. I've seen people who doesn't even have a very comprehensive manifestos, and they want to become governors, they want to become senator leaders, president, and all of that. They have no plan. You cannot trace their plans. All they just want to do is, I want to win election. I want to win election, without no plans, no cognitive plans. Now, if we are trying to bring a leader from our fold tomorrow, this platform will have prepared the leaders, prepare them for the next position. Because now we're talking about the problems that have been affecting our nation from decades. We have done the research. We're bringing on the table. These are the contributing factor to the decadence in the educational sector, in the care sector, and all of that. And now we're looking at what can we do to change it. Now we found the problems. What can we do to take these problems out? Then we sit together, we look at it, okay, if we have the opportunity, this is what we're going to do to take these problems out. Now, after that, what are we going to do after taking this problem out? What are the sustainable solutions? Because the problem is we don't always have a sustainable solution. We always profile solution, interim solution. So when we don't have a sustainable solution, that is when a government that comes into election set up their own mandate, set up their own project, and when they are done with their 4-year term or 8-year, whatever, then that project is over with. Now the new one comes in, start to bid on his own new project, and that other one goes moribund and all of that. And that is what we don't have a sustainable solution to our problem. We just have the interim solution, and when we do it, that's over. So on that platform, we're going to like make sure that we have this problem identified. Then what are the solutions to them? When we find the solutions to them, then what are the way around of sustaining these solutions? We need more healthcare centers in our communities, in our rural environments. Now, when these healthcare structures are being built, how do we manage it? How will it keep solving the problem of health challenges in that community? We need to put that in place. It's not just to make the building. We've commissioned, we just build an health center. What are the facilities in these health centers? Are they up to date? Now you treating people who are accessing these health facilities. Do they go there with a mindset of having the best services ever? Or they're just going there for going their sake? So what do we put in place? What kind of training measure do we have there for all the healthcare workers? So how do we take care of them? What are the welfare we put in place for them? What are the social amenities around these facilities? You know, so that there are a lot to do, there are a lot to say, but you have to have a plan. And that's why on this platform, we'll be rolling out, asking questions. Why is this? Why is that? Excuse me, why is this coming up? Why is this coming up? Why is our educational system going down? Why are our graduates finding by the day unemployable? You know, we've been asking questions, and people been coming on this platform to talk about the causes, the root causes, and we're noting all of this down, and we're putting this in our archive, and we believe when the right time comes, we will start executing this. So, but in the interim, what are you doing as a Nigerian citizen where you are right now? What are you doing? Are you doing something to project the image of this nation, or are you doing something that will be detrimental to the image of this nation? So, what are you doing to make your impact felt in your own little way? Are you waiting till when you have a big money, a big finances, a big resources before you start doing something differently, or are you already working towards the little thing you can do to affect life? How many people have you support in their business? How many people have you helped to survive? How many people have you put in the right position to keep going in their life? So this will count in our legacy. So if you want to have a legacy for yourself and you don't know how to do it, NYCPC is the right place to be. Come to NYCPC and, you know, open up yourself and let's talk, you know, and let's talk and let's, you know, put things into practice. And I'll be, our time is, thank you, Ajayi Aribire Oluwaseun. That's a pastor, that's one of our coordinator in Ogun State. Thank you so much, sir, for joining the show, and thank you for your congratulatory message. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And every one of us have to do something. We need to play our role. We need to play our part. We shouldn't let what our leaders are doing affect what we're doing. I know it's painful, you know, you saying that, oh, there's nothing to fall back on, there's nothing to eat, there's nothing to do. I know. But sometimes when you follow that passion, when you follow that thing that you decide to do for humanity, all of those things will come as a reward. What to eat, what to feed on, what to live on will come back to you. But you have to be consistent. And it's like I said, it is not the reward that you have to look into. The reward just comes in like an incentives. The reward of goodwill only comes as incentive. You don't plan for it. You don't plan for them. Even goodwill will be coming your way. People of like minds that will project you to the next level, they will keep coming your way. So change your mindset today. Join the patriotic group Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change, NYCPC, aka One Naira Movement. You can check out our information on nycpc.org. It's going to go on the screen now, or oneramovement.org. That's our website. You can check it out and, become a volunteer or become a member. If you want to become a volunteer, you can go the nycpc.org is a social platform where we meet each other, deliberate and assist each other and all of that. So we're doing all this to make sure that we have a better Nigeria. Next Sunday is another time to meet you, so that we can all deliberate. And if you feel you have something to contribute to this program, all our channels are always open. You can send us email, info@ nycpc.org, or info@ oneeramovement.org, or you can send an email to oneeramovement@gmail.com. Our lines are open to, you can send us private messages on Facebook. We're going to respond to it. And if you need a collaboration, yeah, send us an email. We're going to collaborate with you, as long as you're doing something to change things around for us to achieve a new nation. We're all looking towards 2023 for the general elections, and I believe you are planning to become something in that political disposition. So now let's start planning ahead. Time is now. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.